Yes, yes. Today we have a very special guest, Voice of the Veteran, Gail and I's very dear friend, Kim Morrow of the Coast Guard is joining us today. Welcome, Kim.
There she is. Hey, Kim, how you doing?
Thank you. I am doing great. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited. I am very excited to be here.
Well, that's cool. I'm excited that you're here too. You're a good buddy. I'm really happy you stopped by the show. Hey, I think Nicholas has some questions for you right off the bat. You ready?
Oh, okay. Yes.
I'm ready. Hey, welcome, Kim. It's so good to see you again. And I love the shirt, Kim, Coast Guard. And that brings me to my first question. You know what? I always wondered, Kim, because I'm Air Force. I don't know a lot about the Coast Guard, and I always get to learn more from you. So I just wanted to ask you, what made you choose the Coast Guard as your branch of service?
Well, okay. Well, let me start out. I am, first of all, I am the youngest of 14. My mother had 10 girls, 4 boys. And I was born into a veteran military family, starting with my maternal grandfather, my dad, uncles on both sides. My oldest brother, cousins were Vietnam Marines. My youngest brother was Air Force, niece, nephews, and cousins. And thanks to me, my family has served all 5 branches of the Coast Guard. Wow. So I chose Coast Guard just to be different than anyone in my family, because at first I was going to join the Air Force like my youngest brother.
Yes. Wow. Wow, Kim. You know what? That brings me to my second question, Kim. I'm wondering, where does the Coast Guard go for basic training? Is there a basic training? I know that seems, but I'm just wondering, how does basic training work for the Coast Guard?
Well, we got to go through basic training just like all the other branches. When I went through, long time ago, was 1982. It was at Cape May, New Jersey. Now, I don't know, because I didn't do the research to see if they have another area. I know they used to do it in Petaluma, California, but that was shut down. But my training was at Cape May, New Jersey, and I know that that's the main training facility for new recruits.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome, Kim. Hey, it's Women's History Month, Kim, so I have a question. I just wanted to ask, what was your experience training for the Coast Guard, and a little bit about it? And as a Black woman in the military, what was that experience like?
Well, back in the 80s, it was, now it's totally quite different. One, they don't have to worry about their hair. They can wear braids. They can do a lot of different stuff that we didn't have the privilege of doing at the time. So that's a progression for being a Black woman. Another thing is, for me, my youngest brother taught me how to swim when I was 8 years old. And my first paycheck job at the age of 16 in a youth summer program was at that same swimming pool. So you must know how to swim. Don't let your recruiters lie to you. They will not teach you. You must know how to swim and pass all of the tests, whether it's the water requirements, the rifle, the guns, the whatever, the written, whatever, the physical therapy. You have to pass all of that. And I would like to say, oh, and you have to be smart enough to join the Coast Guard.
Yes.
Coast Guard joke, because I know they got plenty for us.
Oh, so, you know what?
There's no Marines around, so you just go right on, you guys. You just go right on.
But I am proud to be. I have my underneath here. I have a purple shirt that says I'm a veteran. I'm a daughter of a veteran. So I am proud to be a member of my family, female, first only female in my family to serve. I have a niece that served in the Air Force. So yeah, being a Black woman in the Coast Guard, it's not a lot of us, but it's a lot more of us now, especially those that are going through the Coast Guard Academy. They're accepting more and more, and they're trying to be more diverse. So being a female, we were required to do everything everyone else did. There was no slack and no, well, you get over there and, okay, you're a male, so you give me 50, and you're a female, you give me 25. It was none of that. Yeah. We had to do whatever everyone else did. We had to do the running, the physical, the everything. And so that has not changed. So I would like to encourage anyone that is considering going into the Coast Guard or thinking about the Coast Guard. One, make sure you know how to swim. And two, start doing your exercise and getting yourself in shape, jump rope and all of that before you go in. So when you're up to those PT challenges, it won't be a problem because your body is already somewhat conditioned to do that.
Good. That's good advice right there.
Really
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Kim. You know what? I had a couple more questions, but I know I'm mindful of time as well. What is there weapons training for the Coast Guard, Kim?
Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your
I
question.
just wanted to know a little bit about the weapons training and how that was conducted.
Okay, well, back then we had to do a rifle and a pistol, and I am a marksman. I am a marksman. I can't remember which one, whether it was the rifle or the pistol, but I did get my ribbon.
You do know the difference, right, between a rifle and a pistol. So that's the good news.
Right. So, yeah, I was able to, and so, but anyway, I shocked myself of how well I did. So I was like, okay. But we had to go through the firearms training, and also the water training, the water exercise. You have to go past the training because they would teach you the drill and everything, that if you were on a ship and that if you were on a burning ship and had to jump off the burning ship, or if there was a big oil spill and you were in the water. So you have to know how to hold your breath for a long time because those exercises you must pass. So one thing I like to say that I got in trouble for was my first water exercise that day. We had to go around this big, huge Olympic-sized swimming pool. And if you got to that point where the time was not up, you had to tread water or do whatever. Well, I was having a ball. I was underwater, top of the water. I was doing all this kind of crazy stuff. So they blew the whistle at me and said, "You recruit, get out of the water. This is not recreation time." And I was like, "Oops, okay." Because you had people over there that was about to drown because the recruiters lied to them that, oh, it's easy and they'll teach you or whatever. And one of the things they said, step back if you don't know how to swim, step back. Because we had to jump off a big, tall, huge platform down into the water, swim all the way around this big, huge Olympic-sized swimming pool. And so that's the first initial test. But it didn't bother me because I was having too much fun. But yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool. I would have floaties on. I would still have floaties.
Air Force wings.
Oh, you know the Air Force. We wear floaties. We wear floaties when we.
Yeah, it's the Marines that have the little ducky. Yeah.
You know what, Kim? I had another question. Only if you're comfortable. You know, I'm a veteran. I have veteran-assisted subsidized housing, and I was just, you know, it's been so great. I saw a veteran yesterday or day before, and it was someone who had received housing from the VASH program. That's veteran assisted subsidized housing. I believe that's correct. And it got me thinking about how many homeless veterans in Los Angeles have actually been housed. I know we have a long way to go, but then when I think in that recognition moment of how many veterans have been expedited into housing, it was just something I thought about reflecting on. And I didn't know if you had anything to share about that because it's something that's been on my mind.
Yeah, sure. Because I am a recipient of HUD-VASH housing. I'm a recipient of that still to this day. So when I relocated from North Carolina, I first relocated to Fresno, and I was there in transitional housing for veterans there in Fresno for 6 months. And then when I got to LA, I was first at building 212. Then I got was at 214 and then 209 before I got transferred over to Echo Park, the billets.
Yes.
Then I was able to get my own apartment June 2016 through the HUD-VASH program. Yes. So I do know about being homeless. I do know about the program, and it's a very, very good, supportive, and very beneficial to veterans who are experiencing homelessness. You go sign up through any VA, your local VA should have as much much information as possible about the HUD-VASH program, regardless of what city you live in. Because I could have done it when I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. I could have went through their program there. but I knew I was going to be relocating to California, and my target location was Southern California, which is where I am now. So the HUD-VASH program is great. Please take advantage of it, because the benefits and all the resources that we have today, my brother, cousins who were Vietnam Marines, my dad, uncles, and my grandfather didn't have these resources back then. So please take advantage of it. It is no reason for any veteran to be homeless unless you cannot maintain your own living standards. But there are other programs still. If you cannot, they will put you in a room. They will give you a place. Maybe you have a roommate. You can get a social worker that help you with those resources. Make sure your rent is paid, your utilities are paid. They will make sure of all of that. So that's why they have social workers to help us.
Yes.
There's many other organizations that not just the VA, they have PAC, they have Volunteers of America. So please, if you are in need or you know of someone in need, please tell them to get in contact with their local VA through the HUD-VASH program.
Absolutely.